Good afternoon. Out here on the roadside working on my files again. I noticed another detail that I think is appropriate for to try to have public aware of also. Years ago I wrote concern that the former stepfather, who earlier in his life, back in the 60s, had been a pilot for Governor Claude Kirk here in Florida, on one occasion back in the spring of 1978, had asked me if I wanted to accompany him in his Cessna from Sebring, Florida to Canandaigua, New York and back. The reason at the time was that he said that his sister was sick and needing to be going in the hospital. So anyway, I rode along with him, and then I just forgot about it. It was kind of an interesting flight. Well, it ended up being alleged that Bill Love was in some way an associate, or through knowing others being associates of the German pilot who ended up landing a Cessna beside the Kremlin in May of 1987. Actually, it was on May 17th of 1987, and hopefully he wasn't trying to get his daughter involved, because May 17th is her birthday. I hope she's safe, really. He had a way of trying to, even if you don't know anything about his activities, he tries to involve his children. And me being a stepson, even though there was a divorce way back in 1981 or 82, he continues to harass, like I've detailed variously. So anyway, that was a concern that I reported variously, but through those years, I was mostly through the years when I started to be made aware. In the beginning of the early 2000s, that I was forced to be being broke some of the time out on the road, and I never got any answer about anything. But I've just been reminded from a brief that originated in May of 2012 that there was a day when one of the corrupt men of the harassing decided to say an announcement of Parris Island. And what he meant was, of course, was varying the name of the recruit, the Marine recruit facility in South Carolina named Parris Island. So anyway, as I'd say that right now, they'd just be medically precisely spying and only be wanting to be queer about it. They act like they're being very precise and careful. About wanting to interrupt it passively, but sometimes, most of the time, they're very loud. So anyway, on a particular occasion, suddenly they're announcing some kind of affiliation between the German pilot Rust, who landed in the Kremlin without any armament or anything. Who knows? It might have been symbolic in some other way, but I don't know. With the Marine Corps, so that is an immediate concern, because it's a corruption, And then just soon after, I discovered another letter that originated back in 2011, in which Rust is mentioned again, and including somebody probably associated with the former stepfather in the Aberration, again threatening that he'd been somehow tampering at my files and said a term of Rust's paper. Well, I just don't really agree about that, and I don't have any other details. But this, I think, is a preliminary of some other detail pertaining to the matter. I don't know anything about Rust, except I think it was probably 4 or 5 years ago when I checked a Wikipedia article and noticed a photo of him for the first time, and I'm mostly sure that there was a particular time that Rust frequented Gulfgate Library, and I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know who he was at the time. I wouldn't have recognized him until I saw the Wikipedia photo. I never spoke to him. I think each time I noticed him using a computer, he was visiting classic automobile sales or studying about classic old cars. So anyway, just thought I'd mention the detail. This continuing to be this civilian, a former Navy technician, and hoping our nation's going to continue and get past the creepy corruption and threats that I've been reporting against. Have a good day.